Charles Oka, who is accused of complicity in the Independence Day bombing of 2010, is opened his defense 7 years after that incident. Oka, who is defending a terrorism charge brought against him by the Nigerian government, opened his defense at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The court had earlier sentenced Edmund Ebiware to life imprisonment, while the fourth defendant, Tekemfa Francis Osuo, died in prison. The blast left at least 12 people dead and several others injured. So human rights activist maybe joins us right now from Abuja to discuss this. Hello, many thanks for joining us. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. What do you make of this incarceration 7 years after? Good thing that the defense is coming up now, or what do you think?
Yes, it's a good thing that the defense is coming up now, and we hope and pray that Charles Oka goes through a process that will be transparent and will be according to the law, and it will be judged if there are any evidences against him, unlike what we have seen concerning the case of Edmund Ebiware, for which I have come here today.
All right, still on that same bent, 7 years on, this case is yet unsettled. What does that throw up about our judicial system?
Yeah, first of all, taking the lead in fighting for the release of Ebiware, for me, it comes with mixed feelings, because on 1st of October 2010, there was the Abuja bombing, which took 12 lives and several people were injured. It's a very sad case, but for the case of Ebiware, he was never charged with terrorism. Ebiware was charged for accessory to treason. Now, and he was given a life sentence in 2013. Now, the interesting thing about this case is that on the 2nd of June, the same judge, Justice Kolawole, that sentenced Ebiware to life imprisonment for accessory to treason, because they said he heard about the bombing and did not inform President Goodluck Jonathan or the security operatives, has declared and trashed out the treason charge against Charles Oka. Now, the first question we need to ask is, how could you even have judged an accessory when an alleged actor had not been judged? Now, he had been judged and he has spent another 4 years, making 7 years in prison. And just last month, 2nd of June, the same judge says there was no treason because the president's life was not threatened and the president was not in that vicinity. Our friend and our brother Ebiware has spent 7 years confinement in Kuje prisons. This is really painful, and that is why we have come out today. Last month we were in Yanagwa for a peaceful rally to call on the attention of the Presidential Advisory Committee on the Prerogative of Mercy to look into this case and recommend to the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, to grant Ebiware an unconditional pardon. Yes, I'm aware also that this case is in the appeal court, and the lawyers last week have also cited this latest authority of the judgment that Charles Oka cannot be tried for treason as an additional authority to the appeal court. And we are hoping that anytime the appeal court judgment will take place. But Ebiware, from the day on the 3rd of October he was arrested, has been crying that he's innocent. He knew nothing about the bombings. He never knew Erioka, and he has suffered all this while. So we are calling upon the president to really look into this issue and the advisory committee so that Ebiware can be set free. He has a 13-year-old daughter. He has a 9-year-old son. He has a young family that have been abandoned for all this while. I think it's time we look into this case, because Ebiware's case is clearly a
Maybe I have to cut in now so we understand ourselves clearly. Maybe, can you please listen? We need to understand exactly what your grouse is, because initially you said the president was not on that vicinity. The president's life was not threatened. So Is that enough excuse for that to just go scot-free? That is one. Then secondly, if you think this penalty is too steep, what are you advising?
Now, let me explain clearly. The charge on Charles Oka is for terrorism and treason. The charge for which Ebiware was sentenced for life is accessory to treason. Ebiware was never charged on terrorism. So if the same judge is coming to say that even Charles Oka cannot be tried for treason because President Jonathan's life was not threatened, neither was he in that vicinity, and the charge on treason on Oka has been dropped, then what do you say about an accessory that already has a life sentence? It's an accessory to what? When that treason has already been dropped. That is warranting the fact why we are coming out to say the Presidential Advisory Committee on the prerogative of mercy should look clearly into this case. The legal women should look clearly into this case and grant our brother and our friend unconditional pardon, because there's no treason. That can be an accessory. An accessory to what? That is what's on ground right now.
All right, maybe, well, we will call it a day here, but they've appealed already, so one would think that you're jumping the gun. Why not wait for the appeal? But thank you all the same for being on TVC News Hour.